Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for another video, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, and subscribe right now, and hit that bell, turn on all notifications, you don't miss the next one. And if you do, well, too bad for you. Yeah, it rhymes. Alright, we got that. Alright, so, by the time you see this, I'll be at the Rangers game. So, this is pre-recorded, this is pre-recorded, so when you see this, like I said, I will be at the Garden. I'll be inside by now, but it is what it is. So anyway, I want to give my quick thoughts, you understand, on AEW Collision and Rampage from last night. So, just want to do that. So, if you like the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you like the video, you want to subscribe to the channel, and my other channels as well. Show me your love and support. And if you want to leave a comment, be respectful, because if not, I'm going to delete it and delete you. And that's pretty much it. So, leave a comment down below in the comment section, like the video, hit that bell for more, and that's it. Alright, so let's get to AEW Collision from last night, April the 20th, 2024, the 420 show. So, hopefully you people that smoke that ganja, that weed, are either coming down from your mega high or you're still fucked up. And if you are, well, too bad for you. And that's that. Alright, so AEW emanated from Peoria, Illinois, at the Peoria Civic Center, and our commentary team on both shows, Tony Baloney Schiavone and the lad from England, Nigel McGuinness, me love. Alright, so we got all that. Bobby Cruz, your ring announcer. I don't get that. Alright, so we started with match number 1, a great trios match with Team Edge, the TNT champion. Hey kids, it's Edge. Adam Copeland taking on, teaming up with the Funky Chicken himself, the Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe, and the former champion Eddie Madman Kingston, as they take on Top Flight of Darius and Dante Martin and Action Andretti. This was a great match, lots of flippy dippity news from Mark and Action Andretti and Top Flight. Not so much with Eddie Kingston coming in, doing his, chops of doom, and Edge being Edge. But still, great match. It went 12 minutes. Back and forth they went, getting near the end, and all 6 men in the ring, they have a big old standoff, and then everybody goes down on stereo clotheslines, and then Action Andretti gets an enziguri on Eddie Kingston, then the Impaler by Edge on Dante Martin, Jay Briscoe with the J Driller made famous by Jay Briscoe, we for the Sky Boy. So he hits the J Driller on Darius, then Eddie hits the back fist to the future. Really? You name that? That? Come on now. I mean, it's worse when Kazarian hits back to the future. Because he's from the future. Not from the future, he's from the past. But, or freaking Kushida thinking he's Marty McFly. Because he's the time splitters with Alex Shelley back in Japan. Marty! Back fist to the future. Great name to Eddie. Not funny, Ed. And that's all I can say about that. So here's that on Action Andretti, then Edge hits the Spear of Doom. Poor Action Andretti, 3 finishes in a row. And then Mark goes up, hits Froggy Bow! 1, 2, 3, Team Edge gets the win. And they get the momentum going to tonight's match against the House of Black. And you can check out my predictions in the description box below. And that's it. Alright, so Team Edge gets the win. Great match. 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. Then the lights go out. And a video is on the screen with Buddy Matthews giving the golf clap for implicit victory. And says in 24 hours, the House of Black will eradicate their dreams at Dynasty. And then Malachi shows up, says they will dig deep and reach Edge's darkest fears until he wonders if he's close to hell. And then he says, hell is where the heart is. Really? Okay. And then Eddie Kingston's kind of like, what? Okay. So we got that. So we'll see what happens tonight at Dynasty in that 6-man tag team match. Let me move on. Alright, then we get a recap of Samoa Joe and Swerve's feud. We'll get that for the world title. And then we go back to the ring with our ever-famous squash match of the night. Pop-up powerhouse Will Hobbs getting in a little workout against CJ Esparza. I don't know who the fuck that guy is. Don Callis at ringside. And Hobbs wins with a torture rack, which almost like he like squeezes him like an accordion. Almost broke him in half, and the ref was like, oh, call the bell. That's it. I was like, shit. So Hobbs gets the win. Match gave 2 out of 5 stars. And then Don Callis gets on the mic. Says the Don Callis family is the talk of the town. Says everyone knows. You know, I was directly responsible for Kenny Omega winning the IWGP title. And for Omega Jericho happening at the Tokyo Dome. I think it was Wrestle Kingdom 15, I think? Or 16, I forget which one. It was a couple years ago. And New Japan said they owed him a favor. Callis said, I waited 6 years to cash in that favor with New Japan Pro Wrestling and Mr. Obari-san. So, he says, I can announce that the match on Dynamite next week is between Moxley and Will Hobbs is going to be for the first time on Dynamite for the IWGP World Heavyweight title, and it's going to come home to the Don Callis family, finally. I doubt that. I think Moxley is going to beat Hobbs' ass. It's going to be a big, beefy men slapping meat match on Wednesday night. But we got that. Alright, so we move on with that. Alright, then we go to break. We hear from Chris Jericho, who accepts Hook's little offer for a match. So Jericho one-ups him and says, well, I'll fight you for the FTW title at Dynasty. So that's it. We got that. So I give that 3 to 5 stars. Then we hear Max Caster rapping again. Talks about some 420 lyrics and some ass boy jokes. Bowens tells us that the client has arrived. And then Tony Baloney gets on the mic and says that Tony Khan has informed him that if the Guns walk out on their match coming up, because they have a tag team match with them, that they're not going to have a unification match at Dynasty. So the Guns are about to beat the crap out of Tony Baloney. Bad move. Because then the Acclaim come in, and then we get to this match, and then the Ass Boys get the win after we get the mic drop on Austin. Then a sunset flip by Colton Gunn, and the referee doesn't see that Jay White is helping Colton with the golden bat to add more leverage, and that's it. So the Ass Boys get the win in just under 10 minutes. Match was so I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll see who becomes the Unified Trios Champions tonight. I think it's going to be the Bullet Club, but we'll see. Look at that. We move on. Alright, then we have Lexi Nair talking to Bryan Danielson backstage before the Bunkhouse Brawl match. He's like, we're 24 hours away from the match. He says the Don Callis families might be up to something. And maybe Don Callis not having faith in an Ocean Spray. He says he's looking forward to the match and getting revenge on the Keshta later on. And then takes on the supposed best in the world at Dynasty. And then Will Ocean Spray shows up and says, I had nothing to do with that beatdown on you. I don't know why you're getting into this Bunkhouse Brawl match before our match tomorrow. And I want you 100%. Danny's just like, right, sure. Doesn't buy that. Then Ospreay, so he leaves, and Ospreay's like, come on, you have to believe me, bruv! I believe you, Mr. Ocean Spray. I do. So, we got that, and then we move on. So I give that 3 to 5 stars. Then, like I said, we had Tony Storm's epic promo against Thunder Rosa. Just epic. Probably our best promo ever. It's amazing. Hell is where I make love to my demons every night. I'm like, damn. Juice Robinson, jeez. Laying down that pipe every night? Good man. good man there, Juice Robinson, good man. And, that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, then we go to, I think this was the main event. Yep, pretty much the main event of the evening. Actually, it wasn't. I thought it was. But anyway, Bunkhouse Brawl match. Crazy match in itself. And, Danielson got busted wide open after, I think it was Takeshita threw a chair right in his head. Busted him, like, wide open. And then later on, Kyle Fletcher gets busted open on the outside. And chains were used, chairs. They fight in the crowd a little bit. But in the end, like I mentioned on my prediction show, that Moxley comes out and chases off Hobbs because it was a no DQ match. Hobbs the spine buster to Danielson and Claudio. Moxley comes out and they fight into the crowd. And then Fletcher's hitting with the microphone. And then Claudio gets the chain and hits Fletcher in the face with a big time clothesline. Then a flipping senton off the apron on the Takeshita. Danielson hits the Bosaiku knee, or the knee plus, and then locks in the label lock with the chain around the mouth, and Fletcher tapped out immediately. So, match was barbaric. 16-minute match. The Blackpool Cook Club get the win, and the match I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. Great match. And then Danielson cuts a promo, like I said, basically saying he's going to kick Will Ospreay's ass and do it in front of everybody, because he loves everybody. And he said, oh, if there was a heaven, it would be right here in Peoria, Illinois, and I'll be bleeding and kicking ass. And that's it. I'm like, okay. Calm down there, Danielson. Crying Bryan Danielson. That's that. After that, we go to Chris Statlander, pissed off with Stokely Hathaway and Willow, saying F you to Julia Hart. And Willow's like, I'm gonna send you back to the Shadow Realm. Ooh. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference. Back to the Shadow Realm. Well, 1, that's a prophecy reference. Thank you, Willow. And 2, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference. So, best of both worlds. But, it is what it is. The Shadow Realm, where the shadows will eat your soul. Alright, move on. Alright, after that, and I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to match number 5. The lovely Sky Blue takes on legit Layla Hirsch. Sky Blue gets the win after a Dragon Sleeper, making Layla tap out in 5 minutes. Match wasn't great, and I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. Moving on. Alright, match number 6, which was the main event. Trios match. We have the new elite of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson and Okada taking on the bastard Pac and FTR, Dax the Axe Hardwood, and Cash Clock Wheeler. Pretty good match. With a spike pile driver on Okada with help from Pac. Ouch. And then craziness happens after that. But in the end, it's a long match too, like 22-minute match. So FTR hits the Shatter Machine on Matthew. Okada gets sent to the outside. Nicholas pulls Dax out. Okada hits a DDT on the floor. Ow. And then Cash comes back with a suicide flippy gibbity doo. And then in the ring, Pac goes up top because Matthew was knocked out after the Shadow Machine. So Pac goes up top, hits the Black Arrow. 1, 2, 3. And that's actually he hit it on Nick Jackson. Matthew was gone. So Nick gets hit with Black Arrow and he takes the pin. 1, 2, 2. So Pac and FTR get the win. In a pretty good match, I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Okada jumps Pac from behind. They beat him down. And then the Dancing Fool, Daniel Garcia, comes out and evens the odds. So I was thinking maybe an 8-man tag team match will come out of this, maybe on the next show. But the Elite beat his ass. FTR comes back, and then all 8 men are brawling. And then Pac gets the Rings of Saturn on Okada. Ooh. And then the Bucks actually get Okada out quickly before he hurts himself. And then Pac and FTR stand tall as we transition into Rampage. So I gave Collision pretty good show, 7.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Then we go to Collision. Briefly, I'm just going to mention a few things. We did see the segment with Ruby Soho announcing her pregnancy to Mr. Angelo Parker. So, congrats to Miss Ruby Soho and Angelo Parker on the birth, soon to be, well, not the birth yet, but, impregnating Ruby Soho. Good man. No, not good man, but, But congrats to them both. I hope it's not a storyline. I really hope not. I think it's real because they've been going out for a while. So we saw the footage for that. So great that they showed that. So we hear from Moxley talking about Will Hobbs and how he's going to defend the belt this Wednesday night at home base. Basically, we're at Daly's place this Wednesday night in Jacksonville, Florida. It's actually a great show this Wednesday night from Daly's place and Rampage too. Well, I don't know about Rampage. I think Rampage and Collision are in Daly's place this week. I think. Could be wrong. But anyway, we move on. Alright, so after that, we go to a special 420 elimination fatal 4-way match. So we had the man who smokes more weed than almost Booker T and you combined. That's RVD, Rob Van Dam. You suck. Takes on Isaiah Cassidy, or Brother Zay from Private Party. Can I get a... Oh, yeah. But anyway, he takes on Lee Johnson, that's Julia Hart's husband, and the Mexican luchador Commander with Alex Abrahantes, the hype man, at ringside. Alright, so pretty good match. In the end, in 18 minutes, RVD is the sole survivor after hitting the 5-star frog splash. So obviously it's 420. You give the win to a guy that smokes more weed than you do, and that's Mr. RVD. And then he went in the back and smoked a joint with Tony Khan. What else? What else is new? Probably did. But we move on. Alright, then we go to women's action in the death slot. We have Emi Sakura, the so-called queen of Japan, taking on little Yuka Sakazaki, or as I call her, Yuna, from Final Fantasy X and that other X2. But we'll get that. Was an okay match. Man, damn, Bryce, the referee, man, he was mad at Emi Sakura because she was, beating Yuka up on the outside. Yuka almost twisted her ankle, her knee. She was, limping, and then she started running, and then Emi started running, and Bryce was what the hell's going on here? Get in the ring! And then Emi's, playing with the Funko Pops and, messing with the fucking, Woo energy drinks. By the way, that tastes like shit. Not great there, Ric Flair. If you want an energy drink, you get a G4 or you get a Monster or Rockstar. I can't drink any of these other so-called energy drinks like Bang! Or even Woo energy drinks or even Celsius. The one that Adam Cole drinks. I only tried it. I only bought it because Adam Cole drinks it. And I drank the mango one. Ooh. It was orange. But it just tasted not so good hell. Didn't give me, any problems with my stomach, but it just tasted weird, ugh. Not like Mountain Dew, but that's another story. Mountain Dew tastes like mountain piss. Not that I drank mountain piss, but it just tastes like that. It's just nasty. It's ugh. I can't drink Mountain Dew. I don't like Mountain Dew at all. Any flavor of it. The regular flavor, the raspberry one, or the blue one, purple one, I don't know. Whatever flavor it is, I don't drink it. I'm a Pepsi man myself, so we get that. Alright, so back and forth match. Eventually, Yuka Sakazaki gets the win with a really odd finish. Yuka kicks out after a simple backbreaker. Of course, we get a double underhook and then it turns into a backbreaker. Botch! Yuka kicks out at 2, and then she hits the top rope, and then kicks Emmy in the head, plants her with a modified DDT from the rope. So I don't know if it was that move that Sol Ruka hit, where she like did a flip and then hit the DDT. We've seen that before with some other guy that did it. I forgot who did it, who originally did it, but when Sol Ruka hit it, woo! Everyone was like, "Holy shit!" But we got that. But yeah, Yuka won with some weird modified DDT off the ropes finish. Match looked like crap. I'm sorry to say that as a Japanese women's match. That's so good. So I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. I had to. I'm sorry. 9-minute match. It should have been an email. But it's on Rampage and nobody watched it. So there you go. Look at that. Then match number 3. We get a 6-man tag team match, like I mentioned. We had Kyle O'Reilly and Rocky Romero, and Daddy Magic, Matt Maynard. And you want to know what makes Daddy Magic's nipples hard? You can go ask him yourself on his YouTube channel and his podcast. Alright, so they take on the Undisputed Kingdom of I'm Matt Taven, Roddy, and the man who punches people in the dick and gives them a power driver. That's Mike Kanellis Bennett. Daddy Magic's ribs were all taped up from, I think, an attack a couple weeks ago. Blah, 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 blah. In the end, Team Kyle O'Reilly get the win after Mike Bennett seems to be the legal man. After craziness happens, Kyle hits a bling buster. It looks like he was about to win the match, but he's like, no. He makes Mike Bennett tap out with the armbar. And that's it. So, good chemistry between Rocky Romero, Kyle, and Matt Maynard. So look at that. So Kyle gets the win, and Roddy's like, no! And he's like holding his belt. It's like, Kyle's like signaling for the belt, which he might win tonight. We'll see. But we got that. But as far as Rampage goes, not as great as Collision was. So I gave Rampage 6 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. Once again, for Collision, 7.25 out of 5 stars, out of 10 stars, excuse me, and I thought it was a better show. So we got that. So we got Dynasty or Dynasty coming up in about 4.5, 5 hours from now. So I already did my predictions. Check it out. Link will be down below in the gobbledygook. So when you see these videos going up, I will be already at the Garden. The game is already probably. The game is, by the time you see this, the game will be starting. Or just started by the time you watch it. Whenever you do watch it. Unless you're watching it tomorrow, then I'll be here. So, but when you see these videos up today, I will already be at the Garden. So I'm going to be probably losing my voice by tonight. So we'll see. But I will be home to watch Dynasty in full. Because I'll be, by the time the game ends, it'll be like 6:30. By the time I get home, right before 8 o'clock. So it is what it is. So go Rangers, go Mets, because they'll be playing at 4 o'clock against the Dodgers, hoping to sweep those Dodgers. Oddly enough, the Dodgers were supposed to be a mega team. Right. Mets have won 6 in a row, going for that lucky 7 today. We'll see what happens, but there's some bad news, Met fans. Francisco Alvarez, the troll, hurt his thumb, has to get surgery. He tore his UCL in his thumb. I didn't even know you had a UCL in your thumb. But he's going for surgery, and he's going to be out, I don't know how long. I think they said maybe the season, but I think he's going to be out a few months. So, guys like Nito, Parada, Navarez have to pick up the slack, but I think they'll do that. And we'll see what happens with that. But, having Alvarez out for pretty much till maybe after the All-Star break, that hurts really bad, and the Mets are on a roll right now. And everybody in the NL East is on a roll, which is surprising. Even the Nationals? What? The Marlins are doing some good shit. Look out. I told you we're going to be they were one of my sleeper teams this year. The Miami Marlins, I almost said Florida Marlins, but but the Miami Marlins are doing some good shit. The Braves, JD's Braves, they're doing what they do. Eventually a little choke. The Filthies, who cares? But that's right now. They're in the, I don't know where they are in the standings, but, from 0-6 to 12 and 8. Yeah, because they were 0-6, and they won basically 11 out of, I think it was 11 out of 14? No, 12 out of 14, I think, somewhere around there. So, the Mets are doing some good shit. 6 in a row. So they're now 11 and 8, 12 and 8, I believe. So, good shit. Hopefully they sweep the Dodgers, which will be huge. Early on, it's huge, but, it's early. So, well, it's huge for the Mets. So, then they go to San Francisco after the game. They play 3 in San Fran, and they come home on this Friday to face the Cardinals. So, see what happens with that. The pitching's been doing good. Offense has been okay, but losing Alvarez, like I said, it's going to hurt really bad. But, I think they'll be okay. Beatty came back yesterday, did a couple things. Marte with a home run. And they almost blew it, but thankfully, Frankie Lindor with a big hit to get it to 6-4. Some lucky calls here and there with that obstruction call, with that double play. That was huge. And then Edwin Diaz, plays his trumpets and he didn't get to save, but he got out of that with a big jam in the 8th. And then I think it was Garrett got the save in the 9th. So the Mets win again. 6 in a row. They go for 7. Coming up at 4 o'clock. Hopefully by the time I come home, the Mets win, the Rangers win, and the Knicks won last night. Who fucking cares? And that's it. All I care about is the Rangers and the Mets right now. And then later on, this week we got the NFL draft on Thursday. See who the Jets get, who the Niners get. Hopefully they may trade up or get somebody good. Maybe they trade Ayuk. I hope not, but we'll see. But this coming week is going to be big for wrestling. Well, not so much for wrestling, but for the NFL and the league where they play for pay. So we got that. And for the Rangers. And that's it. Alright, so that's it. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Leave me your thoughts and opinions on Collision and Rampage in the comments section down below. But be respectful. If not, you're out of here. And that's all I got to say about that. Alright, so thanks for watching. I'll be back later tonight. If I'm still awake and have a voice by then. But in any case, I'll be back later tonight with your AEW Dynasty review over on my Peter Joseph channel. So technically 4 videos today because I put up my Ring of Honor review, which I did yesterday. I uploaded it this morning, so because I forgot to do it last night. So technically 4 videos on your Fatal 4-Way Sunday. And that's it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time. Peace, Rangers!